ideas, expressing things personal to me. I just
Okay.
know that I do pick up on my surroundings a lot. I am very sensitive
You're
to
intuitive.
my environment.
How do you translate this paranormal ability into your website design and your writing and your business?
Good question.
Well, again, it's so into my writing, into my design, and I think sometimes they say the best way to approach something is to plan it out, know exactly where you're going with certain things, and understand the destination before you even start. And sometimes I believe that is probably the truly best way in a concrete world. But in an abstract world of ideas, it's important that there are no form of limitations you place on the psyche or the creative ability to actually do what you have to do. And I think the ability to just let loose and let things happen sometimes is a gift that we all have to embrace at one time in our lives, one way or the other.
You know, that makes a lot of sense to me. I mean, sometimes there is Frau says there's a beauty and a breakdown in that song. I'm sure no one knows the song I'm talking about, but check it out, Frau. But listen, you there's a lot of things that make no sense here.
It's in German.
But POPs, the power of paradise.
Yeah.
Tell me about this, and I mean, how do you have the, excuse my language, how do you have the coolions to put this out there? Because this is something that not everyone would do.
Yes. You want me to talk now?
Yeah, well, I want to hear about it. I want to know, like, you know, I mean, it's a brilliant idea, but a lot of people probably would think, hey, you know what, they might not believe me, so I might not do this. But you had the gumption to do it, and that's what I think is interesting and kind of what people want to hear.
Okay, so on the issue of pop, that was I have to do something that probably puts all this ideology or this paranormal ability in perspective, because that's the only way I could. That's why I actually brought it out over 2 years ago, that wait a minute, I'm making a connection to this thing, and it seems to draw a logical sense in terms of the ability and the understanding of writing that came upon me. That's about 2004, 2005, or something like that. That's when I started writing. Okay, so I got into short story writing in college. And when I got into short story writing in college, I was approached by a professor who told me, you need to try to pick up writing. I know you go to school. Why not pick up something on women's studies? And I said, all right. And then I went into that, and I just said, let me just look into this and see how they approach writing in this field. And when I did, I realized that in this environment of writing, they wanted to debunk myths that probably were outdated, or myths that they believe should be approached or reconsidered in terms of today's understanding of those things. And so when I decided to go into the writing, I decided to approach my writing based on a style called the deconstructionist theory of writing. And so that was how I approached the writing process. And it was then I came into writing the first story I wrote, the first story I ever wrote that got me initiated into writing, which was Living Colors. And Living Colors happens to be the analogy between polarities, extremities, woman, man, black, white, good,
anything.
bad,
it doesn't matter.
anything.
It's a common experience.
Yes, the whole spectrum of different polarities, and I wanted to try to balance that energy. And so that was the first time I ever wrote a story. And
Okay.
that's the first story in the book.
Gotcha.
College.
Okay, now
Yes.
there's this awesome website. It's called CARLBOE55, carbo55.com. What am I going to see when I go there?
Okay, so Carbo 55 is an approach to what I call name remodification. I've been doing extensive research into a lot of things, and it was based on this research I decided to start going to certain calculations in terms of the probably I'll call it the metaphysical aspects of names. And I started doing calculations on this, and I realized that there were ancient scripts that seemed to give an understanding of certain calculation deductions on any given name possible.
Right.
So they will put it in the form of numbers, or because everything breaks down into numbers and calculations.
And
So I
vibrations,
have
as
to
you said.
calculate something. When I make the calculations, then I make the deduction to any particular name, and that's how I started going to this scientific understanding of names. And what I deduced was there's a big possibility, not big possibility, there is some level of truth, if not extensive level of truth, in names actually defining one's destiny or vibrational potency in the world.
It's so interesting.
And
I mean, it's
that's when I
really
realized-
interesting what
Yes.
you're saying. Go on
Yes.
about that.
yes, Yes.
Website myself, and there was a cool app of sorts. I entered my name and my birthday, and it gave me all this information about myself.
What type of info?
I'm gonna do that
Just
right now.
about what your name means.
Really?
And birthday, yeah, and it's free. You give a free trial, right, Desirel?
yes. That was like something I came across, and I said this might be a great tool for people to get a glimpse of what might be inherently possible with their names. How about if it can be designed for the most perfect situations in life?
I mean, that's very nice of you. I mean, to do that for people, for someone who doesn't really understand this, I'm the biggest skeptic of anything. but hey, I'm the person you want to interview you, because you're making sense. And if I keep saying, I don't know anything about it, but here you are, you keep explaining it. So if anyone listening to this is going to say, hey, maybe the host doesn't know what the hell he's talking about, and this is an interesting guest, I'm going to go to carbo55.com.
I'm doing
right?
that right now.
You're on there. You guys are going on now.
I'm on it right now.
You Judas. You're Judas.
Hopefully it's going to tell me to change my name to that, probably.
I'm just kidding. Desirel Calvin Lawrence. Guys, if you're just tuning in right now, this is an amazing man. This guy is so talented in so many different ways, and I would be lying to you if I said I was not interested in the things that he had to say, even though it's not something that I would probably tell you guys. Go to carbo55.com. POP, the Power of Paradise. He's a web designer. He's a speaker. Basically, as I think Lily or my other co-host Crystal said, he is a Renaissance man. You ever been called a Renaissance man, Desirel?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
You've heard of it, yeah. So okay, so it's not the first time.
No. Actually, I didn't call myself a Renaissance man. I don't think.
No, we called you that.
Yes, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the
I
ladies
did
they seem to like you.
We're enamored.
Do you get this a lot? I mean, because I'm jealous. Why am I not a Renaissance man?
Well, you are.
I listen to German music and I talk English. Does that no?
You speak English.
I can
Not
speak.
not very well, though.
No, I know. It's true. You're right. All right. Hey, when they're right, Desirel, we can't argue with that.
Oh my God! You guys gotta stop.
No, it's true. So Desirel, hey, what's in the next 5 years? Where is Desirel Calvin Lawrence going? What's going to happen? What am I going to hear about him?
Well, it's I look at it as an acorn. I'm not saying I'm an acorn, but I'm just saying, you plant the seed, and who knows, if I watered it properly, I might just become a tree. So I'm hoping if I water my life properly with this new name, and I can create something very futures in the world, if I can put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask how much does it cost to get a new name from you? Because I'm interested.
You're totally interested in this.
I'm dead serious. I don't like the name Crystal. I feel like it.
So it might just be perfect. I have to do the calculation, and if it's perfect, I think you might have to keep it.
Well, now wait a minute. So you're saying that there are some people who just don't qualify for the name remodification then?
Oh, no,
maybe Cristal, like the champagne,
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Just changing it to with an E, or just the sound or something, the way the sound is enunciated, or some form of it could actually give you a completely different destiny. It's very possible. It's not even very possible. This is a fact.
So you're saying that I could change the path of my life that it's on right now. This is huge, okay? Because my life is not great right now. But
no, don't say that.
But you're saying I could change the path of my life right now. What if because I love the fact that my name is spelled with a K. What if I changed it and, God forbid, went to a C instead? Do you think that would make me more successful?
You don't want that hell, Crystal.
I know, I don't want it either. I was just wondering. I'm open.
Okay. I wouldn't say you don't necessarily have to change your name, but you can identify yourself with a brand, okay?
Oh, yeah.
You might identify yourself with a brand. It could be, it might be K Fanatic or something, or K Fanatic. You'd be surprised what.
It's K Vortex, actually.
I'm not saying that's the perfect name. I'm just deducing a name that I know will be perfectly suited to who you are, your other aspects of your probably demographics, who you are as a person, your personal details as a person, and it will just click with you and take you to a different destination in life. It's very possible, but it's going to actually grow into you over time, just like
I have to feel
a
it,
baby
right?
walks, and
That's so fascinating. I'm on your website right now.
This guy is fascinating, isn't he?
I'm on your website right now. I'm putting my birthday in here, and I've got my name in here, and I'm doing this little calculator thing that you have set up here, and I can't wait to find out.
Tease that, because I was supposed to go a half hour with him, but I've gone, I think, 45 minutes because he's that interesting. Look, Lily was the first one that came to me and said, "Look, you got to get this guy on. He's amazing." Lily,
you're hired again.
Lily, this is a really interesting guest. You booked him.
Yeah, I just saw the different things he did, and it was, again, a field that I wouldn't have necessarily explored myself. But when I heard about it, I wanted to know more.
You were right on that one. I think the audience is liking this one. So, guys, hey, Desirel Calvin Lawrence, everybody go. Everybody. Oh, so you were just on his site?
I told you that's what I was doing.
Yeah. All right.
Sorry.
That's all right. All right. We'll everybody do that by themselves. Desirel Calvin Lawrence, author of POP, Power of Paradise. Go to the website, CarlBoe55, CarlBoe55.com. And next time we talk to him, maybe we'll ask who Dave Skye is.
Oh, yes, Dave Skye.
Yeah. Dude, you're an interesting guy, man. You're welcome back here anytime.
Anytime. I really appreciate the time you spent with me, and you spend it with me, including Crystal and Lily. And Jeff. Jeff was great with me on the first time. I wish one day I meet all the crew, but I truly appreciate you spending time with me. It's an honor, really. It really is.
The honor is all here, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks again, and God bless.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you very much.
WMAP, guys. We got a full day of broadcasting coming up. What a great guest. That guy was so interesting. Lily, good job. Crystal, good job. Be right back. We got a new guest. This is Chris Whitley, Like Photograph.
Got a gun. How she get to know. I already see the ghosts everywhere I go. She don't know that I don't mind. If angry, she'll be fine, but if she cry, please don't let me know. Well, I've seen her with her